Network. Today is International Women's Day, which is super exciting. Of course, like I said earlier, every day is Women's Day in my mind.
Yeah.
We don't stop being women just because it's a different day of the year. So today we have a beautiful mother and daughter combination, which is totally unusual. And yeah, I don't think I've interviewed two people before, but not mother and daughter. I've not even heard of a mother and daughter team. So this is awesome. And I can't wait for you girls to tell us all about your stuff. So first of all, maybe you could introduce yourselves and tell us maybe where you are in the world.
Perfect. So my name is Ariel Eversoll. I'm the daughter.
And I'm Theresa Ritcher. I am, of course, the mother.
And yep. So we live in Arizona, beautiful, sunny Arizona. Love it here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, and Arizona has a nice kind of spiritual feel to it too, which is, people working on themselves and taking care of themselves. Yeah,
Absolutely. Sedona is really close. It's about an hour, a little bit over an hour north of us. And, it's kind of like the spiritual wellness center of the world, I think,
vortex. Yeah,
the
vortex.
And so, yeah, it's amazing here. We got the desert and the heat and the cactus, in Phoenix, and then you go north and you've got, the mountains and the pine trees and snow. So it's the best of all worlds.
That's yeah, right? Yeah, that's it, right? You get a little bit of everything, good taste of stuff. I'm hoping to get to Arizona, well, maybe in the fall, I think. So I don't
Wonderful.
think,
Yeah.
might have to check out all around there because I've never been before.
Reach out.
Reach out to us.
We'll definitely tell you where to go, and you can be your tour guides if you'd like.
Well, how fun would that be? So, okay, you ladies have a unique combination of mother and daughter working together. So, can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do together?
Sure. So we are women's empowerment coaches, and we're also mother-daughter coaches. So as a mother-daughter duo, we decided, we saw this need in the market, right? And other mothers and daughters that were struggling in their relationship, not feeling empowered, a lot of conflict. And so we decided, you know what, we need to do something about this. And so, she was already coaching. I was just about to start my coaching career. And so, we're like, let's do this. Let's join forces, come together. Let's do this, empowerment, women's empowerment, and let's help these mothers and daughters. And because we see so many mothers and daughters that, are contentious and have conflict, and and we hate to see that. And we have such a good relationship, and we really wanted that for other mothers and daughters. If there's any way that we can help them, that's what we wanted to do. And so that's kind of what we've built this whole business around. And so we decided to start that last year in 2023, and it's called Impact and Empower. And so we're really excited to be doing this work.
Yeah, and I thought, who better to run a business with, especially for a mother-daughter than a mother-daughter team.
Mm-hmm.
And we really started it like trying to empower women. We wanted to see that we could really help them as a team. But then all of a sudden we started seeing those signs of, wait a minute, these women that are disempowered, where is it coming from? And so all of a sudden it just kept coming up over and over again, that their relationship with their mother was so strained. And of course, whenever the mother-daughter strained, it carries into your whole life. Mm-hmm. And so we thought, wait a minute, we have a good relationship. We work great together. Mm-hmm. Of course, we're not perfect. Like some people go, oh, you think, you look perfect together. It's called working at it, right? You continually work at it. Mm-hmm. And respect the differences. That's what we've really found. Mm-hmm. We are so different. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the beauty in it. I get to see a whole nother side of the world, the way she thinks, the way she mm-hmm. feels. And it's inspiring to me that it's almost like a tool in my toolkit. I've got my daughter that gives me a whole different view and side of things, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's really great, right? Because, she can relate to the mothers, whereas I can relate to the daughters that are younger. And so, how we work it is, when we do work on mother-daughter couples, right? She's coming in saying, okay, because we're kind of like the in the median, right? The
Mediator.
mediator. And so she's like, okay, this is what's going on with mom. This is how she's feeling. This is what's coming up from her. This is her wounding. And so I'm like, here's, what's going on with the daughter. This is how she's feeling. This is how she's seeing the situation. And so, we kind of collaborate and come up with this unique, format or, that we can help them, and say, put together this specific plan of how to move them from A to B, and really get that relationship and those bonds strong again, rebuild that trust, help them communicate, set healthy boundaries, and that action plan moving forward.
Yeah, because a lot of times what happens is when we see mother daughters and they come together, the first thing they're doing is fighting, right? Because it's almost like now we have somebody that we can, say these things to and witness it, and this fight ensues. And so what we've learned is, okay, we need to take these women, we need to pull them apart, and we need to empower them, and we need to enlighten them and get them strong in their own bodies and their own mind, right? Mentally and physically and emotionally, where when they become empowered and strong women, and they both do that individually, you can then bring them together at such a better level, right? Then they're understanding, oh, this one's thinking this way, oh, that one's feeling that way. And then they can appreciate and understand and accept the world that each other lives in. And it just opens up a whole new world for them. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a really good generational tool, like to have that perspective from both ends, to have that understanding. Because I know, I have a mother, I also have a daughter, and I see that it's sort of a bit of a pattern that
Yes.
people fall into. And yeah, can you speak a little bit to that?
Sure. So one thing that we work on is right the female lineage. We want to know what happened upstream so that it stops going downstream. We keep it's almost like a baton. I'm handing it to you, right? These were the woundings, these are the harmful patterns that I've had. I've never worked on them, so I don't know what to do with them, so I'm going to hand them to you. So that happened in my work, right? My mother and I, our relationship was pretty much non-existent. So I had a lot of wounding, and I knew in my lifetime that I could either stay in that wounding or I could work on it. I can figure it out. I can understand where my mother was coming from, what wounding patterns were keeping me stuck in life, and then I could learn to move forward. So I've gotten so much coaching and counseling and therapy through the years to figure it out. And I did that because I didn't want to pass it to her. I wanted the change to happen in my lifetime, and I wanted the wounding to stop. So that's where it comes into where I wanted to be the change. I wanted to be the one that says, no more, this isn't going to be like this anymore. And then I had this beautiful daughter that I was able to have the relationship that I've always desired and wanted. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Well,
Something, Dad?
Yeah, so like my mom had just, stated, right? We have these toxic patterns that continue to get passed down, through the generations. And so, she's a certified mother-daughter coach. And so she's learned a lot from, Broshka Hasseldine. She's a real and renowned therapist and mother-daughter coach. And so, working with her, we've dug into this even more, and then working with these mothers and daughters, we can, start to see the pattern right away, the themes that are getting carried down from generation to generation. So now it's become so apparent to us, we can, spot that conflict immediately, and what are those deep woundings that are happening, and to be able to share that with them and help them work through that is just, it's the best feeling, knowing, somebody tells you, you've changed my life, that's like the most incredible thing that you could ever be told. And so the work that we're doing, we're just really excited about, and being able to get on platforms like you're offering, and kind of spread the awareness of what we're doing and how we can help. And yeah, it's just fabulous. It's wonderful.
yeah, really wonderful. Like, yes, I can think of pretty much every woman that I can think of, my friends and
Yes.
things, right? Like,
We
yeah.
all have that, we all kind of have some of that mother wounding, and a lot of us don't realize that's what it is. And so, right, the mother wound is, right, it's our attachment, right? And it's an attachment that is not secure. And so, we become anxious or avoidant, or we have a disorganized attachment. So, right, it's either, mom wasn't there for us emotionally, right, to validate us, or, physically she wasn't present there, right? We weren't getting the safety, right, that we needed as a child. And so that's kind of where that attachment kind of breaks. And so we get that wounding from our mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see it so much, and it's so many people don't even realize that's where the wounding happens,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it started. And so when we can share that with them, it's kind of like the light bulb goes off, and they're like, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense now.
Yeah,
So
once you become aware, you can't go backwards and become unaware.
mhm.
And it's only moving forward from there. And we found too that working, with the different generations, where we can say, okay, I understand you, right? I can go to mom and say, I understand you, I get it, right? As a mother and as the age that I am, I get where you at. Because a lot of mothers, what happens is, I can speak for myself, it's hard to come out and kind of air your dirty laundry, right? Or what you're feeling or thinking, because we didn't grow up in that generation. We didn't have the internet. We kept everything suppressed. And oh my gosh, it's sinful to not have a good relationship with my daughter. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? So we felt that in that generation. And so we are finding it a little bit harder to get the moms on board than the daughters. So it's usually the daughters coming to us and saying, oh my God, I need help with my mother. I can't get through to her. I can't. And it's because the moms are still in that mode of, oh my God, I can't be wrong, or I can't, oh my God, air that dirty laundry. I can't. So we're finding it to where when we approach the mother daughter, we can help that mother feel safe with us going, okay,
There's nothing you did wrong, right? It's just what happened, and moving forward, we're going to help you fix that.
yeah, and there's no shaming or blaming. You don't know what you don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And until somebody either points it out and shows you in a kind way, right? There's a way to do it nicely, but to say, hey, look, this happened to you and you're passing it down, you don't even know it. So it's really, we've just found that it's such a wonderful team how we've created safety for both women on both generations. So
Mm-hmm.
just empowering these women and helping them get through their life is amazing.
Yeah, well, obviously very needed and necessary because we want to grow into a better world, right? We want to have better relationships.
That's the whole point of it. It's like it's women's time. It is really it is a world where we're finally being seen and heard. It's not where we need to be yet. I mean, it's in the infancy stages. It's improving, and our job as women, yourself and me and Ariel, to keep growing and keep getting better and keep putting it out there so that we can make our lives better and the next generation's life better.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it through different means too. We have one-on-one. We work with one-on-one. We work with couples, like so it's the four of us. We also have retreats. So we have all different areas and ways we can help women.
And yeah, we're going to be starting our group coaching program probably more towards the end of April. So we're going to be launching that. So yeah, we're really excited. And then our mother-daughter retreat is this year in September. So
In Sedona.
So we're super excited for that.
It is amazing. Let me tell you, we did one last year. Absolutely amazing.
Incredible. It was so, it's such a healing place to be, first off, and that's why we decided to have it there. And so we're going to go back this year, and I'm really excited. We learned from the first one, and now we're going to make this one even better, and so we're really excited about it. So
yeah, that's amazing. That's an awesome offering and something really great for women to look forward to, right? They can start
Yeah.
prepping each other. Hey, mom, I've heard about this thing, or hey, daughter, I heard about this couple thing, and do you want to join me? Like, yeah, what a great start for something, I think.
Yeah, it pulls you out of your current situation where you can let all the crap go
Yeah.
and kind of get into, this is exciting, this is fun, we're going to experience things together, we're going to work on this together. It's a great place to start for sure.
Yeah,
It's
that's
magical to
wonderful.
see, the connections and the bonds being reestablished, and it's wonderful.
Oh,
Really
do,
excited
do
to
you
host our
notice?
second one.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Second one's like you already got the bugs out, sort of, right? So you're like more
Mhm.
excited because you're, kind of set, like have an
Yeah.
idea of how it's going to go, right? Have you
Yes.
noticed there's more like the age? Is it more like Teresa's and my age or and with their mothers, or is it more like you two? Do you know what I mean?
More
Like,
like
More
us.
like us,
okay,
definitely.
yeah,
Right?
that's
Because
good.
that's the generation that's willing to do it. They're the
Hmm.
ones that are willing to put themselves out there and say, hey, there's a problem and we need to fix it.
Mhm.
We didn't get that luxury because of fear. They're, I think this generation, they're so bold in saying, hear me, listen to me, I'm here and I want it fixed. Where that's the generations that's really, really, really promoting this. So I think it's beautiful.
We're kind of at this point where, right, we're kind of breaking down those stigmas of, you know, mental health or all these different things. And so, you know, women my age, I'm a millennial, I'm 38. And so we get a lot of women my age and even, younger or even older. And so, they don't feel that, it's this taboo thing. And, they're like, this is a problem and I want to see how we can get this resolved and fix this. And so I would probably say 65% of our clientele at this point is the individuals coming because, they haven't been able to get mom on board. But sometimes what happens is, right, moms start to see the difference in the daughters. They're like, they're showing up different. They're not reactive. They're, not doing all the things that they were doing. And so mom's like, what is going on? And so sometimes they'll be really interested and, come to us to work with us. And so we get them both. And so it's a really beautiful thing to see because, once one person in that relationship, changes,
Changes. Mhm.
it changes the relationship, whether or not the other person has changed at all.
And we can only work on ourselves. We can't want for somebody to get better or to get healthier.
We can want for them, but
Yeah,
we can't make
we
them.
can't make it happen. They have to want it. And when they see the daughters, like, wow, she's different. I really like this. I like her happiness. It's infectious. It's really infectious. And the next thing you know, they're like, okay, it's safe to do it. I can join it.
Yeah,
So,
that is empowering right there. All that is super empowering because yeah, it's coming out of our little shell and coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm not a screw up. I didn't mess up everything. I'm okay." And there's an option. There's a way to make it better because right, we all want to have good relationships, and
absolutely.
especially yeah, especially with our parents and with
Mhm.
our children. Like there's no other relationship that's that connection. So yeah, and when it's a little bit
Close.
lost and
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you for helping us find that.
Yeah. And the nice thing about it is, yeah, once you learn it and once you start getting empowered, you start in all of your relationships getting empowered in everything you do and in how you show up in your life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So once you start living for yourself and being better, mentally, emotionally, and physically, it just carries into your whole life. It's contagious.
No, that's a good thing to have
Yep.
contagious. Let's have more of that, right?
Yeah, right. That's what we are looking to do.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
very awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
Because,
people,
when you
oh,
fix this, right? This, you know, oh,
oh, did we
Oh, you're
lose?
right.
breaking up a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, I
my,
think we got you back.
am I
Okay.
back?
So what I was going to say is, when you create,
Oh,
oh, there you are.
I'm
Are
here.
we frozen?
I see
I'm not
you.
sure.
Can you see me?
okay. Okay. So now you were frozen for a moment. So what did you ask us?
I don't think I asked anything. I was interrupting because it was frozen, so I didn't know we were still talking. So I apologize for that. Ariel
Okay.
was saying
No,
something.
that's okay. I'll keep going. Yep. So, when you heal that root wounding, it changes everything in, like she said, in every aspect of your life, right? Romantic relationships, relationships with your friends, work relationships, all of it. It affects every part of your life. And so, to see these women blossom and grow and, start to make all these other positive and wonderful changes in other aspects of their lives, it's a really amazing thing to see.
Yeah,
So we're
that is
excited to be doing
amazing.
this work.
I love your work. I love your work. I'm gonna have to talk to my mother. I love my
Absolutely.
mother, and I would like to
Thank
have a
you.
better relationship with her. So maybe this is something I can look into also. So if people would like to connect with you, how can they find you?
I love it.
Sure, you can go to our website. We're in the midst of building out our new website right now, but you can find all of our information at impactandempower.com. And so we have free resources on there that anybody can download. We have a mother-daughter conflict worksheet guide. We have an empowerment worksheet guide, as well as a boundary guide. You can find out more about our retreats, our coaching, everything there. So yeah, that's where you can find everything.
Awesome. Very, very special and very, very powerful. I look forward to going on your website myself and having a look because, yeah, a lot of, yes, it's a good message to spread. Yeah, we can all use a little bit of that, I think, in the end, right? So, anyways,
Absolutely. And we appreciate you taking the time for us today.
yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for coming to the Women's Wellness Network. And yeah, I'm going to have to keep up with you girls because I would like to know, a little more about this myself. So anybody else wants to connect with Theresa and
Sounds good.
Ariel, we'll put the information in the comments so that you can find them easily. And enjoy your international wellness. Well, we could call it that too, International Women's Day. But thank you very
Yes,
much for joining
absolutely.
us on Women's Wellness
You
Network.
too.
Okay, and we'll see you again sometime.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.